All my life I have been cooking and marinating with spirits. Today is a great day. I get to cook with a truly classic American spirit, bourbon. For this show, we traveled to Louisville, Kentucky to find out how bourbon is made. I also be preparing some bourbon-infused recipes, such as my bourbon-laced shrimp bisque, pork tenderloin marinated in bourbon and pepper, red cabbage with bourbon-glazed apples, corn and bacon galette, and for the great finale, a bourbon pecan pie. All for the bite of bourbon and a taste of history. Wow, spectacular. When I first conceptualized the menu today for a taste of history, I used recipes that normally I would have used cognac. Being a European-trained chef, I obviously did not have the opportunity to cook me bourbon, since bourbon is expensive outside the United States. Bourbon, in my book, is much better than cognac. So for the first course, I'm doing a shrimp bisque or a cream of shrimp. But to make this and get the right flavor into it, I wanted to use the shells that I preserved from the shrimp, deglaze it and make a quick shrimp stock. You pull off the heads, you put off the tail, you take all the shells off and throw them in the bowl. And once you figure out how much you want to make, you just need to clean your shrimp and throw them right in our pot and deglaze them. Since a shrimp bisque is a very delicate soup, we are not using anything but butter. Get a hot pan, put some butter into it. Now we want to cook the shrimp, shells and heads until they're this color. You heard me say this a million times. If you cook with spirits, or any alcohol for that matter, you want to make sure you never pour it straight from the bottle. Why? Because if the bottle would ignite, you'd have a Molotov cocktail and you burn down your house or hurt yourself. So very, very important. So now that's deglazed, we're going to add white wine. We're going to add in some leeks and the onion. Just chop it coarse, and bay leaf. Perfect, look at that. See the color? It changes already. Amazing. Remember, when you make a stock, you want to put nothing in there that will discolor your stock. No carrots or tomato. Now I'm going to top it with water and let it boil away. The shrimp head are relatively thin, so they don't need a lot of time. Now I'm getting ready for the bourbon pepper marinated pork tenderloin, which you want to do overnight. You want the peppercorns to be kind of coarse. So I have a mixed peppercorn here. Oh, the flavor of this peppercorn is unbelievable. I put this to the side. Any store you can find pork tenderloin comes just like that. What you want to do for this recipe, you want to cut the tail off. The reason for that is this would get way too cooked. So you just take a paring knife or any kind of knife and take down the silver skin as well. Just about like so. And now I got the bourbon ready. Not too much, just a little bit for the flavor. I have some oil. Any kind of oil will work for that. So then I have the peppercorns. Some whole, look at that, how beautiful. Oh, and I just want to turn this over a little bit, and then I recommend you stick it in your refrigerator overnight so that the bourbon and the peppercorn can come together in harmony. Oh, God, I can smell the stock. Unbelievable. And look at the colorization already. It's so unbelievable to me, the amount of flavor that's buried in the head of the shrimp. Now is the time to strain it out into a separate pot. All right. So now I take shallots and I've chopped them really fine. The finer the better. And if you ever cook with shallots, you most likely will find out the difference between shallots and onion. It's the sweetness of the shallot. So all I'm going to do is take a nice piece of butter, make sure the butter melts. All right, put the shallots in. Remember, I don't want any color in there. So we're going to deglaze our shallots. Perfect. And now we're adding in the shrimp stock. I almost cut myself on fire. Again, just kidding. Be careful if you do that.